And we're here for another interlude for your entertainment in San Diego. This one, we are following Flash, an Anarch in San Diego, and we're going to see kind of a little bit of how he got to San Diego. He was also in New Sarum, and his circumstances are a little different. He he took protection from an independent clan called the Giovanni, and ended up pulling out of the battle before anything real actually went down. Uh, he decided eventually that he was tired of being the lapdog of the Giovanni and the Camarilla, and he was a little jealous of his friends uh, who were hailed as heroes for their efforts. And eventually they all left the city. So Flash did as well, but he left without telling anyone. So he sort of skipped town, so to speak, and broke his agreements and oaths that he swore to not only his own clan, but also to the other clan that he was in service to. They aren't too happy. They've kind of spread the word around the country to all of their family about Flash and his disloyalty. So Flash never knows who or what Giovanni is going to run into and if they're going to be hostile to him. Fortunately, so far throughout his travels, he hasn't really run into any. I think he's probably met one, but they didn't see him to know who he was, and he was definitely thankful for that. Or maybe they weren't actually kindred and they just happened to have the name of Giovanni. He doesn't really know. But he decided to follow his friend Aaron O'Connell, and see what he has been getting up to across the country. He met up with a friend of ours that you've already met named Tiny, and he asked Tiny to keep an eye on Aaron for him. So Tiny did just that. And we will pick up as Aaron and Annie had just left Tiny's haven, and Tiny picks up the phone and gives our friend Flash a call.
Hello.
Come on, girl, pick up. Flash!
Yeah.
Flash, is that you?
Hey, Tiny. What's up?
Hey, girl, what's up? So I just wanted you to know that our friend Aaron O'Connell just left my house here in Flagstaff.
Oh, really?
Yes, he was interested in joining up with our little organization.
Well, all right. That is interesting news. All right. So
So I sent him to San Diego to meet with Baron Haley.
oh, okay. Baron Haley. All right.
And I'll probably be coming there myself soon.
Well, Tiny, I guess if you do decide to grace the city of San Diego with your magnificent presence, I'll have to pay you a visit myself, huh?
Oh, you sure know how to make me feel special.
Oh, baby, you know I do.
Oh, stop it.
All right. But hey, Tiny, listen, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So,
well, we're family, girl.
Absolutely, we are. Now, listen, I will never be completely true to my word to one of those Camarilla fucks, but to you, my brother, I will, of course, uphold any terms of service, anything I say to you. So mark my words, Tiny. If you need anything done for me, like done, and I can help you out, do not hesitate to give me a call. All right? You've helped me out with this with Aaron, so you know, if you
Oh,
ever need something kicked in or something blown up, hey, I'm your guy.
I will definitely keep that in mind. There's also one other tidbit of information that you might want to know.
Oh, sure. All right.
Katarina Horton is in San Diego as well.
Oh, is she?
And from what I hear, she is making quite a name for herself.
Hmm. With the cam?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
She's
Okay.
in good with the prince, and it looks like that they're going to win the little war going on there. And yeah,
Well, all right. Well, it looks like I'll have quite the quite the job ahead of me, wouldn't you say?
quite the journey as well. Be careful going into San Diego. It is hostile territory still. There is a war going on. There's spot everywhere.
Sounds like my kind of party. Tiny, have a you know have a good time for the duration of your stay in Flagstaff. If you do come to San Diego, give me a call and maybe we'll run into each other.
Oh, girl, I most certainly will. And you'll be seeing me soon. I promise.
Oh, Tiny, you know that I love meeting with you. Shit, man. All right. Hey, listen. My phone's running out of power and I'm not near an outlet. So I'm going to have to let you go. But
All
like
right.
I said, I appreciate the call. Call me if you need a favor done.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And
Click.
Tiny hangs up the phone. And what does Flash do now?
Well, Flash Flash looks at his at his two ghouls. He has two. He has two because one is a hardcore punk and needs to be shown the true way. He needs to be kept on the true path. And the other is a pig, a cop. And although he picked this guy up in Maine and has since taken him off the force, it's always useful to have a pig around to talk to other pigs. So, yeah, I have some things, you know. But I but I look at both of them, Roy the pig and Jose the punk, right? And I give them both a wink and a little click of the tongue, and they immediately grab their shit and prepare to move out. Now, Jose, I've had him burn his license, so the pig drives. And I usually, sleep in the trunk. If we get pulled over, the pig talks to the pigs, and they don't have to check the trunk, especially during the day. If I'm particularly paranoid about being followed, which of course I am, we'll camp out someplace out of the way. Other times we'll camp out someplace heavily populated. It just depends on where I happen to feel safe that night. If,
Well,
yeah.
well, you do encounter a lot of hostility, a lot of shovel heads along the way, mostly, but you and your ghouls really don't have much issue with them. It takes you a long time to get to San Diego, though, because of all this hostility, about a year. And by the time you get there, the war is over, the Camarilla has been established. Um, the Baron of the Anarchs is still the same. The Anarchs joined with the Camarilla to help get the Sabbat out of the city, as they were tired of being under their rule. They felt that the particular band of Sabbat that was in power there were too monstrous, even for Sabbat. So they wanted to help the Camarilla get them out. So the Anarchs, they did suffer some losses, but probably not as much as they would have had they allied themselves with the Sabbat instead. So you get there and you ask around to where you can find Baron Haley Montoya, and they tell you that her hangout is a dive bar in a kind of a shady neighborhood. Of course, it's close to downtown San Diego, but it's a little bit south of there. It's in an area called Logan Heights. It's a little outside of the actual domain of the Anarchs, but she sort of claimed this bar as her own during the war, and she's not really going to let it go. So she hangs out there a lot.
Well, that's completely fine with me because, hey man, if she wants to hang out outside of Anarch territory, then that's completely fine by me. After all, who the fuck are the Camarilla to say where she can and cannot hang out? She's an Anarch. She's not their fucking lapdog, and neither am I for that matter. So, of course, I will pay Baron Montoya a visit. What's it like inside this bar?
It's seedy. It's kind of dirty. There's a lot of dark corners. The lighting is very poor. It's kind of small. You walk in and there's a little bar area with one bartender working. It's really not that busy in there at all. There's maybe like 2 people sitting at the bar and then like 3 or 4 other people kind of scattered around at some tables. There's a couple of biker looking dudes playing pool. There's 2 pool tables, a dartboard. It looks like that it might be a biker hangout, given some of the decor. And there's a jukebox as well. There's no stage or anything for like if there was a band to play, but there is a little dance floor. So maybe they have something popular once in a while, or used to, or something. But from what you can tell, this place is it's kind of a rat hole. It's where you would expect shady people to hang out.
All right. Well,
the walls look like they haven't been cleaned in about 15 years.
Sounds like my kind of place. Well, all right. So, any females in this bar?
One, but she's kind of old. If she turned around and smiled at you, she'd have all of about 3 teeth. She's very wrinkly. She looks like that she's kind of hardened. She's wearing a biker vest as well. So she looks like that she may have done drugs in her past if she's still not doing drugs.
All right. It is an unfortunate reality that bikers don't necessarily treat their women that well.
Some of them.
Some of them do. Not every biker. Like not every 1%er is cut from the same cloth. But yeah, the stereotype is there for a reason. We'll leave it at that. But well, anybody shooting pool?
Yeah, there's 2 biker dudes playing pool. at one of the pool tables, and then the woman is kind of standing off to the side smoking a cigarette. There's honestly, it's California law that there's no smoking in bars, but these people don't seem to really give a fuck about that.
Law. Yeah, okay. How about we? Well, shit. If this is Montoya's hangout, let's go up to the bartender and just ask them.
What a lovely idea.
Yeah.
The bartender is a burly-looking dude. If you thought about it for a second, maybe he also doubles as a bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
And he has tattoos, and his muscles are kind of bulging out of his shirt, and he has on leather pants and boots. Oh, he's bald.
All right. Any swastikas on there?
No swastikas.
Oh, okay.
He's not a skinhead.
Oh,
but
okay.
he's white, but he's not a skinhead.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't bother Flash either way, but yeah, all right. So Flash will go right up to him and just lean up on the bar and be like, "Hey, I'm Flash. I'm new in town. Is Montoya here?"
He kind of leans in and narrows his eyes at you. What's the password?
Oh shit, we're doing passwords now? Shit, man, I don't know. Like I said, I'm new.
You don't know the password, but you're asking for Montoya.
Yeah. People say that she, makes this her hangout. And I'm just here to introduce myself to her.
He looks and scowls at you some more. He looks like that he's kind of surveying you. He looks you up and down. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, she's in the back.
All right, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. And Flash will, walk to whichever direction the back is.
Yeah, he actually takes you to a back area that's behind everything. There's a door that looks like it should, if you were just walking in here and looking, you think that it might be a storage room. But you go through this door, and there is a storage room off to the left, but off to the right there's another hallway that goes into an area with a couple more doors. One door leads to a small office, and the other door is where Montoya is. And he takes you through that door. He knocks on it first, and she who is it? And he says, there's someone here to see you. He says he's new. She kind of sighs. Oh, another one. All right, send him in. And he opens the door and kind of, he doesn't step back for Flash to go in. He kind of takes him by the shoulder and kind of shoves him into the room.
Okay, man. All right. Baron Montoya, I presume?
Who's asking?
My name is Flash.
Flash. What kind of a name is that?
A name I gave... Actually, I didn't give myself that name. What the fuck? Rewind. That didn't happen. Okay. A name I got as a kid.
Why? Because you finish in a flash?
No, because I get angry in a flash. It's actually kind of funny that I became Bruja, you know, because
Ah, you are Bruja. Why does
yeah,
that surprise me? You guys are like fleas. You flock here like anyway.
okay. So, are you?
I have a lot of Bruja in my ranks. What can you offer me that's unique?
That's unique. Well,
I've got plenty of rage. I've got plenty of people who are willing to fight, no questions asked. I've got plenty that are willing to do basically whatever, especially if it involves getting angry. So, what can you do for me that doesn't involve any of that?
well, to be honest, Baron, out of character, is there a chair or something near her that I can sit
Oh
in?
yeah, sorry, I forgot to describe the room.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So in the room, it's set up a lot like an office slash living room. So there's a desk and a chair, and there's a couch with a TV, and there's a recliner as well. Um, and it's a fairly large room. When you look at the building from the outside, it doesn't look this big, but
Okay. Well, all right. Well, is she in the recliner or on the couch?
she's in the chair behind the desk.
Chair behind the desk. Okay. Well, all right. I
But
am
she
going
gets if he acts like he wants to sit down, she will she'll stand up and move to the recliner.
Okay. In that case, Flash is going to lie down on the couch and put his feet up on the other armrest, right? Um, yeah, and he's just gonna lay back, right? And he's gonna be like, well, Baron, look, you have to understand. Yes, as a Bruja, I am a very physical kind of human being, right? But what is being physical if you don't have a good mind on your shoulders to direct that, right? To direct your rage.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I'm telling you, I've got a lot of mind, a lot of brain power to put to your service if you would only let me.
And why should I let you?
Because it's me. that's not actually why. And
Well, that's really not a very good argument.
no, I suppose it's not. Flash will like stop lying down and like sit up, and he's going to grab an ashtray and to move it on the onto the table. Yeah. So this ashtray represents you, not you specifically, more like the territory you own, and all the ash and cigarette butts in there represent all of the resources and people that you have to defend your barony. Now, I personally, I'm not here to make anything permanent for myself, right? But you see, outside your walls, you have the fucking Sabbat who want back in, I'm sure. And they're hammering away at you. In fact, and this is only because if I were them, I would have fucking spies all in your ranks as much as deep inside your system as I could. Same thing with the cam. And I guarantee you that they are shoring up their defenses so they can make a move to oust you right now. Okay? Because let's fucking face it. You and I both know that that's how the cam works. They make you feel welcome and liked until it doesn't suit their fucking needs. Mm-hmm. Now, allowing me inside your barony will give you, yes, another body. Yes, another smart guy. But my skills lie in sabotage. Okay? If you send me into a place it's me that's going to be able to cut the power, cut the water, blow things up, and burn things down. You see, back when I was Kine, I was a saboteur for the Black Bloc, a violent anarchist group.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've heard of them.
yeah, and that's what I did. I worked against Magadon and Endron.
Her demeanor changes slightly. She looks more intrigued and less annoyed. Tell me, Flash, are you patient? I mean, well, let's face it, you're a Bruja, but as far as patience goes, are you more patient than most?
Yes, because if you don't have patience, you'll set a bomb off early. If you don't have patience, you will light the fuse of something too early. You'll set off the sprinklers too early because you want things done now. But what the people working with you don't realize is that if you don't set off the sprinklers after the guards have changed shifts, you're going to get caught. And quite frankly, I can't tolerate that kind of impatience. So I have learned patience.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Because I'm going for a long game. Not too long, just a few years, but I'm not looking to strike the Camarilla tomorrow, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely not. And I wouldn't. Why would you? So
there are those that believe that we should take them out now while they're weak and new. But honestly, I mean, the Archon is still here. We can't strike right now.
Yeah, they're not weak. And who else is in town? It's San Diego. There should be Giovanni maybe here, some other independent clans. What happens if they decide to, take what's theirs while we're dealing with the Camarilla?
Well, from what I hear, at least one Ravnos has sworn allegiance to the Camarilla. She is the Princess Scourge.
Well. All right,
but as long as we play our cards right, mind our P's and Q's, we can live peacefully among the Camarilla. We have domain where our rules are followed and respected. As if you are in that few square miles. We have actually an entire little city not too far from here. I've become rather fond of this bar, so I come here often. But our domain is a place called National City.
National City.
It's a little south of here.
All right.
You can go there and make your haven. Do you have any contact information?
It's an unfortunate necessity in these, as an elder would call it, in these modern nights, to carry a cell phone. Allow me to exchange numbers, yeah. And Flash will pull out a pen and piece of paper and write down his number, and then hand it to her.
She takes it and she pulls out her phone and puts his number in it, and then sends him a message. All right. You are going to need to prove yourself. Consider yourself on probation. I will be contacting you in a few nights with a task. Depending on how well you perform will depend on whether or not you get in.
All right. Sounds good with me. So,
and she then gets up and goes back to her desk.
All right. Flash will take that as an obvious sign of we're done here, and he will, he will stand up, and as he leaves, he will, you know, he will give, God, I can't talk today. He will give her a see you later, Baron, and he'll just, exit, close the door behind him.
And after you leave and the door is shut, she listens for footsteps. And when she no longer hears them, she pulls her phone back out and she makes a phone call. And it rings. Person answers. Yeah, so that guy you told me about, he showed up just like you said he would. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a chance. Oh, I will. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I think I'm gonna put them together and see how they do. Alright. Talk to you later. Bye. And with that, Haley, she does contact Flash a little while later. Um, gives him his task. Flash completes it with better than expected results. She allows him in their ranks. And over the years, the next 5, bringing us to present time, he does various jobs here and there. She utilizes his sabotage and other skills, trying to garner information and foil some plans of the Camarilla. Flash has become good at making it look like other people did it. She's been very pleased with his work. And as she promised, who she was speaking on the phone with those years ago, she has another task in mind that she is going to give to Flash and Mr. Christopher Miller, and see how well these two rivals work together. And that's where this interlude comes to an end.